welcome back to my channel, the MBA Guinea Pig. As you know, my name is Urvashi Jain. I passed out from MBA Gurgaon 1 year back and I make videos on everything MBA, how I prepared, how my life was at MBA Gurgaon and how things have been after passing out. आज का topic is more concentrated on how things were when I was at MDI, and this is a very special video for the reason that my sister is just about to enter MBA and there are certain things which I want to share with her. But when as siblings, when you know आप अपने बड़े भाई बहनों की बात उतनी सुनते नहीं हो, but when I say it through a video I feel like it reaches home better, and so therefore I decided to do a video on how I feel my personality changed after going through the MBA. And here are my 10 points on it. Very first thing is self-confidence. I was extremely scared of mathematics, but I had this dream, that I have to do my MBA, and in order to fulfill my dream I was ready to feel that insecurity that I won't be able to make it. I was ready to come home nights after nights and cry in my bed that I'm not very sure that I'm making progress at the speed which I need to. But eventually I kept at it and I cleared CAT. And why was it even more important for my self-confidence was because I scored the most marks in the quant section. So yes, while I was going through my MBA, I always used to remind myself at every new challenge that if you could overcome the fear of the one subject that used to scare you the most for the major part of your life, then if you actually try hard enough, you can overcome any new challenge that you take up. And I saw similar kind of stories coming from my classmates as well, that there was some subject or there was some problem of money or something happening in the background when they joined MBA, and just that they were here gave them the confidence कि life में आगे सब सही होगा. The second thing which changed my personality was patience for people. When you live on campus, you live in a kind of a bubble and in a very simulated environment where you can't run away from people. You have to be with them, and they could literally be your teammates in the next project. So therefore, you have to be cordial, and that pushes you to kind of open up your mind to what the other people, what the other person's opinion is, and that patience I feel really added to my personality. The third thing was monetary comfort. Yes, I had exhausted all my savings when I joined MBA from my previous job, and therefore I was relying on my parents to send me my monthly pocket money for my MBA expenses. So when I went for my internship and I got my summer internship stipend, it really made me very happy, and I kind of felt good that I earned some money for myself. I saved, of course, I had earmarked all of it to my foreign exchange tour, but yes, it was important for me that if I go for a foreign exchange tour, I will use this money for that purpose and not ask for more and more money from my parents. So I felt good that there was something else that I wanted for myself which I could fund on my own. Fourth thing was contact network. Now I always, when I was in graduation, I was a very uppity person, and I always felt like I don't talk to people because I want to network with them. But when I went to MBA, I realized that networking is not meant for like only personal gains. In general, if you are in an environment where people are doing similar jobs, they know more about you, about an industry, they are your seniors or they are your peers, it does not harm to go up to them and say hi over LinkedIn, or drop a message if you get their number, or just walk up to them and have a little conversation, because you never know, you may be able to help them, they may be able to help you, or you may have similar interests going forward. So I started to build a network of people around me, and that has at a lot of times helped me in a lot of my endeavors going forward in MBA. And I would seriously recommend you guys also to not look at network from the perspective of logo se dosti karna apne matlab ke liye, but give it a serious shot. Now this is an amazing thing which happened to me, and I know I was very lucky. I know all of you, probably even 80% of you, wouldn't have the liberty to go for a foreign exchange program, but definitely my circumstances allowed me to go for a foreign exchange program. That is, I did not have any important subjects in the trimester in which it happened for the beginners. And then I like I told you, had some funds ready to actually be able to sustain myself for those 2-3 months. And then I had a pre-placement offer, so I did not have to worry that, you know, I won't be able to make it to campus back in time for my placements, and therefore I was able to go. But then those 3 months really gave me a flavor of how other countries operate, how other people think, how to manage myself with bare minimum funds, bare minimum language skills, because Europeans know very, don't know English very well. So therefore, it was a very, very good experience. And I like, sometimes I think like my alternate career choice should be becoming a tour guide, because those 3 months planning so many trips across different countries on such a shoestring budget just taught me so many hacks of traveling within a small budget. And therefore I would also tell you guys that if you can, always keep saving a little money on the side, and even if you can just manage little trips across India during your post graduation, try to do that, because traveling really added a dimension to my personality. Now I'm going to mention 3-4 things which are not so good about MBA, and these are not points to discourage you, but these are points to just make you aware, and so that you don't fall into these traps when you join your MBA. So one of those points is, sometimes I felt like MBA is for people who want to join the corporate. And if I have to be very honest, I don't think MBA taught me enough skills that I can set up my own business at this point. Even if I were to have an investor, I have not been taught to come up with my own ideas and my own guts, the own risk-taking capacity to set up a business. So while it's a master's in business administration, I don't think I'm an entrepreneur yet. I am a good worker but not an entrepreneur, so that was definitely a shortcoming. The second thing was that MBA is a very competitive environment. People, like or dislike each other basis competition. Sometimes they literally don't have reasons to dislike somebody. They just hate their guts. They just hate the fact that they went ahead of themselves and tried to, grab the best opportunities. So therefore you face a lot of flack for it, and you are scared to stand out. You are scared to come in the eyes of so many people, and that makes you a conformist. There is a general code of doing things what normal people do, and you want to conform to that code. This happens quite a lot. I've heard in engineering colleges as well, but trust me, this is the truth for MBA colleges also, because you're trying to be a good worker. You're not trying to be somebody who thinks differently. One example I would give you of this is why do MBA colleges still push you to wear a suit pant and not like, say, a t-shirt or a jeans, is something which beats my mind. So I've heard that in colleges like ISB and all, they do not tell people, they don't give dress codes to people. I personally, at least for my college, we were not yet evolved enough that we were allowed to express ourselves the way we were. That is something which I had a hard time breaking out of. So my personality also started to become conformist. I had a hard time telling myself that it's okay to be who I am. The ninth point that I would share with you, that in colleges also there is a big hierarchy, that you have to be very cordial to the seniors, and you have to be very cordial to the place commerce. You have to be there are professors, and you realize by your second year that ye junior professor hai, uska senior professor hai, uske upar professor hai. So I know they are getting you ready for corporates where you have to abide by the hierarchy, but with all the talk about flat organizational structures, I don't really feel that flat organizational structure is yet followed in MBA colleges themselves. And so you really start to conform to these hierarchies. 10th point is an extremely important point, and the last for this video, that you're extremely afraid to fail. After all that I've shared with you, I started with the first point that was about self-confidence, and I'm ending with a point about fear of failure. Now what happens is, yes, you've done something good for yourself, you've landed yourself up in an MBA college, and there is so much social pressure attached to you that you have to do well, you have to get placed well, you have to earn well after this, that you are really, really scared of failing. And I feel like I was not so scared of failing. I still ventured out and did things which I wanted to do, and trust me, I faced a lot of flack for all of those experiments. But I know there were certain friends of mine who had ideas, and I tried to encourage them, but they were so scared of failure that they never realized their own ideas. So that is also something which comes with the MBA culture, because people give you so much pushback every time you try to start something new of your own, that you drop the idea. You want to fit in because you have to live with these people, you can't run away from them. And so in that in just trying to fit in, you often are very scared to fail in the eyes of other people. That is I feel one of the biggest problems that I saw in my MBA. To give you an example, when I started this YouTube channel, I know for a fact that a lot of my classmates rotated my videos on their WhatsApp groups and made fun of me. It was hard for me to kind of believe in myself ki nahi, it's okay, I'm not making a mockery of myself and I have to do this. I believe in this, I have to do this. Luckily for me, I had some friends who were really pushing me through it. They were like, no, tell us about your new idea, you have to make it, when are you making it, when is it coming out? And those guys kind of got me through the whole process. But definitely I would suggest that if you're joining an MBA, keep this fact in mind, that even if people discourage you, you have to listen to your heart, and this was your dream, and you are allowed to dream further and make even bigger, audacious, hairy dreams for yourself. So please aspire high and work hard towards it. Work towards it with all your heart. I hope this video helped you, motivated you to do good in life. Please keep leaving in the comments what other videos you want to watch, and please tell me about which point in this video did you like the best. Bye bye.